back in my hometown with an ear to the ground and in the rain. I was waiting at the bus stop, dodging the raindrops, but the bus never came. Down the streets of Milwaukee, now I'm walking with a zig and a zag. Then I tripped on a crack in the sidewalk and fractured my leg. I went to a dock in the bay, got plastered up and went on my way. So I thought that I'd go to Jalisco's and get out of the rain and take a shot of tequila that might help me to not feel the pain. Another shot was tempting, but the bottle had been emptied down the drain. So I hit the streets a running with my cast and my cunning and my cane, in search of the lover or a game to get in and get me out of the rain, but it always ends the same. I met the prettiest girl in the world, and her name was Marianne. She put bacon in the bean dip and told me it was vegetarian. Then she took me out dancing, but a romance, it just didn't last. 'Cause with the best of intentions, I had neglected to mention my cast. In search of a lover again to get in and get me out of the rain, but it always ends the same. Yeah, it always ends the same, and it's so frustrating.
Nice job, Corey. Corey Hart in the song called "Rainy Day Number 5." It's interesting. The title of the song recalls to me an old Bob Dylan song,
Right.
and the style of the song, and that it goes in this linear thing where you never come back round to a chorus and just keeps moving the story forward. Actually reminds me of some Bob Dylan music as well, the way he would do that from time to time. I'll be interested to see if the other judges agree with me on liking that linear style of songwriting as opposed to coming back around to a chorus and a more pop melody than what you, or more pop style than what you did on that. I like the song overall. You had the toughest of the challenge. The challenge, of course, was to take these 3 random words that we gave you and turn them into a song, and you got the toughest words. In particular, bean dip had to be in there, but you worked it in, and I like the way you worked it in. I like also the way you rhymed a couple things that don't necessarily really rhyme. Right. Marian and vegetarian was kind of cool.
Yeah, Corey, I've enjoyed you throughout, and I've always loved your songwriting. I think this one was tougher, and maybe it was because bean dip was thrown in there. I liked it. I didn't mind the whole linear thing that Pat was talking about. I dug that as well. Some of it I was struggling with a little bit. The crack on the sidewalk fractured my leg, and some of that I went to the dock in the bay. I didn't like as much, to be honest. Right. I still love you, and I think you do great. No, I do like what you do, and I think you've written great lyrics. Personally, I feel like this one isn't your strongest, but again, we threw in some crazy stuff in there. But it was still a great performance.
Yeah, I agree with Jonathan. It had been pretty tough to put those songs and then try to, be free with your melody writing and everything around that. But I think the verse chord progression, I liked it actually a lot. I thought it was pretty interesting, and I liked the verse melody a lot. I liked the lyric, so I hit the street running with my cast and my cunning and my cane. I thought that was a great lyric. The chorus, I wish I could hear the song one more time and see how it sits with me, because immediately I wasn't totally 100% drawn into the melody of the chorus, which is weird for me because I usually am with your songs. So I'll give the song a listen and see how it sits with me next week. But overall, it was a strong performance. I think it was a pretty good job.
Yeah, well done. You have a gigantic voice, and that's awesome. I mean, you've got a really big singing voice. I really applaud that. I would echo what Pat and Jonathan said. It's not a style of song that's my favorite type of song. It's a story song, but I'm not exactly sure what the story is. I do like, in terms of songwriting, really strong hooks, and that's just my preference. That's what I bring to this contest. And the hook, "In Search of a Lover," again, to get in and get me out of the rain. I don't remember that. It doesn't seem like something that stays with me. I do like this detail about she took me out dancing, but our romance didn't last because with the best of intentions, I'd neglected to mention my cast. It's a funny joke. And there are funny jokes. I'm also a songwriter who likes humor in songs, and I like that aspect of what you've done here. And that also reminds me of the fact that this weekend I was in Concord, Wisconsin for the Wisconsin State Polka Festival, and they crowned the Miss Wisconsin Polka Booster. And what was ironic about that, it was a teenage girl. She had a cast on her leg. And, it's primarily a dance music, but oh well.